This is the Don't Quit podcast by TyypoPrints, episode 13, How to Get More Stuff Done While Working Less. I'm your host, Nick Mann. Most of define success by our bank account or family or accomplishing goals. This is standard in what we do with our lives. It's what a lot of people will consider the point of life. One thing that is guaranteed is the amount of work we do in order to achieve this success. Success doesn't fall from the sky. Here's how to reach the success without burning yourself out. One of the best advices from the CEO of Zillow, Spencer Rascoff, said, "I never go into the office on weekends, but I do check email at night. My weekends are an important time to unplug from day to day and get a chance to think more deeply about the company and my industry. Weekends are a great chance to reflect and more introspective about bigger issues." There has been a study from Stanford that shows he's not wrong. The productivity per hour declines significantly once your work week has gone over 50 hours, and after 55 hours, you might as well not be working at all. You heard that right. Those people who are working 70 plus hours a week are working the same amount as those who are working 55 hours. To be successful, you need to know how to make the best of your weekend by relaxing and resting your mind, as apparent by the most effective workers in the world. It can be difficult to stop working so hard yourself, and that's why we're going to be looking at how to gain back your time and still produce the level of work you need. And first thing is to disconnect. By disconnecting, you're eliminating the things that distract you from the things you want to do. It's arguably the most important self-restraint we need to do. By not being available for your work via email and phone call will make you feel like you actually left work. If going cold turkey isn't realistic, set up specific times during those days and set a hard time limit to when to stop. Another is minimize chores. Chores are a necessary evil in our lives. They're the busy work that makes us feel like we're accomplishing something that ultimately is never going to end. This makes us not relax and therefore get more tired. Likewise, it's important to plan out these things this week so it's not a constant giant of a problem. If you don't finish, then you can move them to the weekend and not feel as drained. 3 is they reflect. Having a moment to reflect the past, whether it was today, last week, or even a year, helps us notice patterns. These patterns are what makes up most of our day. With this information, you can now understand what takes up most of our time, and now it's all about what you can do to fix it. Another step is to look at the exercise. The average person is just never finishing the time and exercise in their job. Thankfully, there's 48 hours in a weekend. There's a neurotransmitter by the name of GABA that releases into our bodies after moving for at least 10 minutes. This helps reduce stress and brainstorming problems. It's why walks on the beach are favored, because they make us feel better from all the things that we don't, as well as to spark creativity in the next idea that might change our life. Number 5 is they pursue a passion. That surprising sensation when you're actively doing something you're passionate about during the weekends. This allows us to escape the problems we deal with and open our minds to new adventures. Whether it's playing music, writing a book, or starting a business, these help grow us as a person. This also stimulates what skills we have and don't. In a way, this reality is why we have hobbies in the first place. They become more enlightened from what is in this world. Number 6 is they spend quality time with their family. A common mistake is to neglect your time with your family. It can be tough to make time for them. Be there for your kids. Play with your dog. Call your mom. These people will always support you. Don't take this for granted. Use these special outings for special hobbies that you can spend time with. Time is never wasted when you're having a good time. And 7 is they schedule micro adventures. Going to concerts, theaters, or hotels that opened up in a new location. There's an adventure around every corner, whether it's something you've done before or haven't yet. Studies show that anticipation is what makes an activity more fun. By planning what you're doing for Sunday will give you the optimism for your mood as you go through stress and a mundane work week during your time. They wake up at the same time. It's tempting to sleep in during the weekends when you actually haven't had much sleep during the weekdays. Actually though, inconsistent sleeping hurts more in the long run. Our bodies go through sleep cycle through several phases. The deepest phase is where we feel most refreshed and helps us naturally wake up from an alarm timer. When you sleep past your regular time, you won't feel as nearly as rested. This can be turned into a dangerous cycle, as this can lead to the dreaded Monday mornings. Number 9 is they designate mornings as me time. With weekends, it can be very difficult to have any time for yourself, especially if you have a family. Finding these activities that you're passionate about right out of bed helps you motivate and outlook your life far more effectively. Our minds normally reach peak after 2 to 4 hours after we awoke. Don't waste this on trivial things that don't matter. And the last is they prepare for the upcoming week. The weekend is a perfect downtime for everything else that is happening in the world. A little as 10 to 13 minutes, you can schedule what your next week will be and ultimately manage it to your full advantage. Now you only have to worry about the execution. So this leads me with the question, how do you get more time during your day? Thank you for listening to this episode. I'm Nick Mann, and you just listened to the Don't Quit podcast by TyypoPrints. If you'd like to contact me, send me an email at nick@TyypoPrints.com. That is TYYPO Prints. Also, I encourage you to rate the show on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, and share with your friends. TyypoPrints makes dreamers into doers, and we got a whole set of caps for you to look at, made from 15% wool and 85% acrylic to calm your mind and cool your head, including a snap closure to make sure comfort for all sizes, featuring inspirational design work by me. It's something you need to see to believe. For this special episode, use coupon code PODCAST at the checkout to get 10% off at TyypoPrints.com to look good today.